Welcome to the Effortlessly Abundant Life podcast, where we will dive into the mindset, spirituality, and practical tools to have more of what you want with less effort. I'm your host, Natalia, a mindset shifter, certified life and success coach, and hypnotherapist who is obsessed with making your life feel good from the inside out. So let's dive in today's episode in 3, 2, 1. Hello, beauties. Welcome to another episode of Effortlessly Abundant Life. I'm your host, Natalia, and I'm so excited for today's episode. And you know, one of the things I do, it's either questions that I'm getting or things I'm seeing around me that people talk about and have some kind of more things that I feel I can help in some way. I always have a list of these topics on my notes in my phone. And this topic just popped out of all the things, because as you know, as a manifesto generator, if you understand human design, you know that we like to have many ideas and many projects, and it just sometimes gets overwhelming. So I always tell my fellow manifesto generators to have a list of all the wonderful ideas, all the things that they want to bring to life, and then kind of look into that list and see what kind of speaks to you and what do you feel energized and excited to do. So, this topic today, we're going to talk about how to create certainty within us when everything around us fall apart. And I think it couldn't be a better time to talk about it because wherever you are in the world since COVID, I think everything kind of changed. Everything is absolutely crazy, from the war that we're experiencing to the economic crash that we're experiencing, from people losing their jobs, from relationships that are being no longer happening because for whatever reason, so many diseases happening for people, and it's just there's a lot of things that create a lot of uncertainty. And now more than ever, it's very, very evident, and it's very live within all of us. So today I want to talk to you how to be resilient like a tree with deep, deep roots that can go through any weather, any storm, and still be stable and strong and go through this. And I want to tell you, as a soul, we chose to be in this magnificent era where we are witnessing a shift between two completely eras. We are moving now to the Aquarius time, where we call it the love, the ultimate love, right? This is where we are moving from the physical 3D, the money, the possessions, the physical aspect of it, to a more spiritual, more oneness, more love, more peace. And oneness I'm talking about not just within each other, is in terms of land, in terms of everything. And everything that you see around you right now, it's actually part of the plan. It's actually part of the greater plan to really put us in a place where we are forced, like diamonds, because you know diamonds are created with pressure, to elevate ourselves to the next level. And what's interesting, in a couple of weeks, we're celebrating Passover and also Easter. And if also you are Muslim, now it's the Ramadan. It's a very, very beautiful time where we are witnessing almost that new year, fresh start, where we're peeling away all the things, all the hardships, all the things that put us down, to actually elevate us and start fresh and bring this kind of like new, fresh beginning energy into this time. And when we celebrate Passover, one of the things I love, it's one of my favorite holidays, by the way. By the way, I'm drinking my peppermint mint that I'm obsessed with recently. It's very calming. But Passover is one of my favorite holidays. And the reason is the story, the Agadah, right? Where we read about the Jewish people being slaved for many, many years. And Pharaoh was even more abusive, even more hard on them. And that's what kind of pushed them to move out of Egypt and find Israel and create their own space and be free, right? And what's really interesting, the Pharaoh was pushed by the universe, by source, by God, to create more, more hardships for his people. So they are forced again to move towards the freedom. And that's what's happening right now. And it's such an interesting time. And it's a biblical time that we are living right now, by the way. We all read about it. And if you are religion, you are familiar with the Torah and what's happening. It's really kind of reminds you of that. And what's interesting that when the Jewish people were forced to leave Egypt, and they knew there's no turning back. They've been so abused. They've been so slaved. They've been so done pretty much with all the things that they knew there's no turning back. And they went forward. And when they faced the water and they looked right in front of it, and the Egyptians were right behind them, they knew they have to cross this river. But physically, if we look through the logical point of view of it, there's no way they can move through the water. And that's where their faith was tested. When the water was right up their nose, that's where they decided, we're not coming back. We're only going forward. We are trusting God. And by that, the water split into two. And as we know, this is the miracle where they pass the river and it closed down on the Egyptian people right behind them. And that is where we are in the spiritual kind of aspect of it. We are being pushed. We're being tested. I don't like the word tested, but we are being pushed and asked and offered a lot of contrast to find that deep, deep connection and trust with source. Now, I'll tell you something. I am not religious by any means. If anything, I feel that religion, as we know, it's actually separating more people than bringing them together. I believe in source. I believe in something that makes your heart beat right now and your organs function without you even controlling it. Something is making the sun come up and the moon come up in a certain time and the stars and move things a certain way. And one thing we know, that we don't have the control that we think we have. There is a bigger plan. There is a bigger picture that we are part of. We are extensions of God. That's what God brought us in, to be an extension of him in a very unique way. But if you try to start being above God and you try to act like as if you're God, this is your ego already, right? This is the wanting and feeling important in order to feel like you are worthy. But this is where we are being tested right now. If it's from the political point of view, if it's from the financial, if it's from health, if it's from family, if it's just in general, we are being pressured and bring so much contrast to actually look even further and deeper within us and find that source, find that God within you to rely on. Because if you're going to put and look with your five senses and you're going to look into the news, you're going to listen to what's happening around you, it's going to move you to so many different feelings. And let me tell you, it's not going to feel or be pretty, because you're always going to feel uncertain because everything changes so much. And if you are going to be always moved and affected in that way, it's going to be very, very hard for you to feel some kind of confidence, to feel that peace, that harmony, and to move through it and actually see it as an opportunity and get out of that river in one piece. So what I am offering right now to you when you're listening to this is, first of all, understand and accept, and it's something too hard for people, some people accept, but accept that not everything is up to you. It really isn't. There's certain things that needs to happen as a collective. Certain things will happen as a collective that are meant for us as humanity to lift us to the next level. But where we do have a choice is how we react to it, how we choose to feel towards it. Do we choose to feel fear? Do we choose to feel scarcity? Do we choose to feel that disconnection from one another and blaming one another and trying to be always right? Or we say, you know what? I don't have control on this, what's going on, but I know it's for me. I know it's for the collective. And I fully trust the source that created the worlds. They made you and me exist into this world to take care of it, to take care of me. And knowing deeply and choosing to know that it has my back, no matter what, no matter how things look so bad. And if you look in your life in the past, I'm sure there was times when you felt very low, when things were not working out. And that's where people are turning to God. That's when they start praying. That's when they are raising their hands. And that's when the miracle happens. And that's what I'm sure happens to you once. But here we are truly asked to go even deeper, because it's going to feel scary. It's going to feel very real. It's going to feel like the world that we know is not, it's not what it is anymore. And it's not. And it's what we as souls wanted to come into this lifetime to experience. To just be in this universe, in this specific flesh, blood, five senses existence, it's a miracle. It's 1 to bazillion. And your soul was chosen to be here. Your soul wanted to be here. Do you want to waste that life that you've been given? It's so precious and pure to feel like a leaf that is moving from right to left and being scared and just moving around, versus steady, holding yourself steady, knowing and trusting that everything is happening for you, that you can let go of your guards, let go of the pushing, let go of this trying to control everything, and just fully let go and trust and see how God is just moving things for you. So when you first thing, you agree to that and you choose to believe that the universe has your back no matter what you're going through right now. Even if you're losing your job right now, or you lost your partner, or a death happened in your family, a sickness that is life-changing, you lost your money, or anything that means something to you. It's a death of your ego. It's a death of what do you think you need in order to be happy. To remove all the things, to again, come back to your source, come back to your center, come back to your inner God. And when you do that, you will feel peace. a deep, calm harmony peace, knowing that you are taken care of, knowing that it's happening for your own good. Because in the end of the day, we're not here just to make millions and check things out of our to-do list and pay bills and have the trophy wife or husband or just the things we like to show off on Instagram. We're here to take our soul and ourself to the next level, to expand itself through these experiences, through those contrasts that we are feeling right now. So let it be part of your journey. Let it be and know that it moves you towards what you actually meant to be and do. And trust fully and deeply the process. So I hope my words and my energy is resonating with the deeper part of you. Maybe your mind right now is saying, hell no, I'm not accepting it. I want to control it. I want to have a plan. I trust the news. I trust, or whatever that is your mind right now saying to you. I'm talking to your deeper, higher self that is knowing of everything that I'm talking about, that is saying inside a little hell yes. And it feels calmer inside. It doesn't feel as so anxious. And it feels like it can breathe again. And you can drop your shoulders and your chest and just relax. So after you choose to believe that everything is happening for you and God has your back, the universe has your back, the source is within you and happening for you, that's where we need to work on our inner certainty. Because like everything that we want in life, we want the feeling of it, right? So it's not about having a certain thing happens for us in order to feel in peace or feel certain. It's about creating that frequency within us first. And while we are creating this frequency within us first, we are going to start attracting and looking for evidence where our things are not certain. We're going to see where things are actually certain. Where are the opportunities within all this chaos? And that's how you create that. You create it. But first of all, being silent with yourself. And yes, I'm going to say meditation because it's truly one of the things that helps. And you can choose whatever meditation speaks to you. Some people just cannot sit with themselves and just listen to their thoughts. And it means you're just early in the process, because that's what I was not too long ago, where I felt like I'm wasting, quote unquote, my time by sitting there for 10 minutes and just like looking into my thoughts. Like I thought it was a complete waste of time. But oh boy, I was wrong. It was just, I was early in it and it felt overwhelming. But if you trust the process and you trust that it is good for you, and little by little, you're going to start unpeeling and seeing, almost taking that step back and looking into your thoughts and not being in your thoughts. And you're going to start be able to choose the thoughts you want and the feelings you want. And it's a process. It's not happening overnight. So acquire yourself a routine. And I highly recommend, if you didn't try my Mindset Up Accelerator, I really recommend you to download it completely free. It's a guided meditation with a free breath work that is going to lead you through releasing whatever that is, that energy field that you are feeling, that anxiety or an uncertainty, and align you back to your inner peace, to your inner higher self. And then also it comes with a journal prompts that is going to set you up for the day. And it's only going to take you 15, 20 minutes. That's it. So by doing this daily, you are going to tune your self to that certainty frequency right away. And you're going to see how your day is going to change. Number 2 that I want you to do is stop listening to the news. Stop listening also to people who cause you certain anxiety or are talking too much about politics or things that you feel that are not feeling good in your body will tell you exactly how it feels, and you just need to listen to it and be attuned to it. So avoid these kind of conversation. We're not here to prove who's right, who's wrong. It's not about that. We're here to unite. This is the time we need to unite. It's not about being right. You know, the famous phrase, don't be right, be smart. We want to be smart right now. And by being smart is by being and taking care of ourselves. And by taking care of ourselves, we can actually help the universe. And that's something, another thing, other than tuning off the completely anything that tells you the news or anything like that. Trust me, if you need to know something, you will know it. Just get off it. Even social media, eliminate as much as you can. If you're following people that are causing you some kind of aggravation or causing you some kind of feeling that doesn't feel good in your body, again, stop, block. You really have to be super particular of what are you observing, because what you're observing is going to become the conversation you're having in your head with yourself, and you're going to become your thoughts. Thoughts going to become like feelings, and feelings are going to create this energy feeling that is going to create that momentum that is going to be hard to stop. So help yourself early in the process by eliminating all those things that cause you that uncertainty. Okay. Also, people that brings you down, people that are constantly kind of almost happy that things are not going so well for you or anything like that. It's a beautiful time to see things for what they are. And when things are not going so well, that's where you truly see people's color. And that's actually a blessing. So that's something you can take and say, okay, what's happening right here? Who is really want the best for me? Who's really, instead of feeding my misery, feeding the negative energy, who's actually elevating me right now? Who's pulling me, helping me to see the greater in this and the positivity in this, and be around those people. If you don't know these kind of people, listen to these people on social media, on podcasts, good music, good frequencies, whatever you need to really give your brain, your heart, your ears something positive to listen to. Another thing that I see, specifically, we're talking about politics. It's about, oh, let's go and demonstrate and go to the street and do all these things. One of the things that people don't understand, when we go and we are pretty much feeding into the old world way of doing things, meaning something bad happens, we are fighting it, we are pushing against it, we are ruling against it, we are going on the street and we break things, we are demonstrating, we're screaming, we're yelling, we're creating all these things, could be even violence. If we are doing all these things, what's happening to the other side is pushing back. Do you see what I'm talking about? And I'm talking from the energetic point of view. You could be 100% against what's happening, but you need to understand that the way to actually change things, it's not to go on the street and yell and scream and feeding this energy even more. It's actually stopping this momentum and actually aligning yourself into that light, into that peace, into what you actually want to experience and see. And by doing that, you're affecting as if 500 million people are demonstrating right now in the street. Guaranteed. Light is more powerful than darkness, period. One light is much more powerful than all those people. So when you create that light within you, you're going to feel led to do certain things. It's just going to happen. but you are radiating this frequency of peace, of love, of everything that you want to see, the unity, and all the things that we actually, all of us want. And then you're going to affect your surrounding, your close surrounding, and your close surrounding is going to affect their surrounding. And before you know it, the whole world. Isn't it much more effective? And here's the thing, there's a lot of things that I'm not happy about what's happening in the world. A lot. But I know that I am responsible within my own self, how I react to it. And I choose to be in a place of the light. I choose to be where I am actually feeding the light and not the opposite. So that is what I stand. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying and you can connect to it. And I would love for you to share it on your social media. I'm always loving your shares. And if you share me on your Instagram, your Facebook, everywhere, wherever that is, at Effortlessly Abundant Life, always make sure to tag me and leave a review. I would love to hear what you guys think about this podcast, what you would love to hear more of. So leave your review and I will send you a free gift from me, a special hypnosis that is super, super powerful to get you into your next level self. It's it's honestly, people come to me and they are investing a lot of money for this. So you get it for free just by sharing the light, as we say right now, and taking part of it so more people can touch that light and spread the light even further. So thank you so much. Make sure to send it to me, a screenshot of you, your review. And of course, I will see your tag whenever you are sharing, you're posting, and I will send it to you. And please DM me at Effortlessly Abundant Life. Okay, good. So as I said, create that routine in the morning. Start yourself off with creating that routine. And second thing, eliminate all those noises, all those stories. Number three, be the light. And if we're taking to the next level, I want you to, I like to use in NLP is what we call the anchor. The anchor is a movement that only you know of that is going to help you to anchor you and come back to the sage, come back to your true self and not your ego, your thoughts, the stories that you're telling yourself. And when you're coming back to it, it could be so, so powerful because you're not reacting, you are stopping and you're choosing again. And when you're choosing again, it's very powerful. So how you do this anchor exercise. So it could be a small movement as just pressing between your thumb and your point finger, or it could be pinching, could be touching a certain, maybe your ear, anything that you feel comfortable with. That could be a small thing, could be something unnoticeable that only you know of. And when it's something that I do with my clients, and it's such a powerful thing, but just to give you a quick summarize, is to really connect yourself back to where you felt certain, where you felt like you are unshakable. I'm sure there was a one time that happened, that you felt that. And we want to come back to that moment and relive it in your body and feel that feeling. Because your body remembers. And when you tap into that memory, you tap into that feeling and you really amplifying it and you adding the anchor movement towards it, that's it. We're creating a new we created that new connection in your brain that this feeling, this touch is connected to this feeling. So every time you're going to do this movement, your body's going to remember, oh, it's connected to that memory. Oh, connected to certainty and feeling unshakable and confident and boom. And you're there. So this is something you can definitely do. And again, but the truth of the matter is when you feel things are hard, when things feel overwhelming, you're asking yourself, am I making that bungee jump and truly trust God that he's gonna, or he or she, they, whatever, is gonna catch me or not? And if the answer is not yet, that's okay. That's a relationship. Like any relationship, you need to cultivate and strengthen and make it part of you, because I know religion, some people, so many people are feeling completely, they turn off by that, and I get it. But God is not religion. God is God. Source is source. And when you build that deep connection or relationship with source, there's no better feeling, guys. And this is the thing I'm telling my clients. It's not about, yes, I help my clients to gain 6 figures, 7 figures, successful business, successful relationships, all of the things that the ego, what they think they want. But truly, what we deeply desire is that deep connection with source, that deep connection that we are safe, that we are taken care of, that we are on the right path, that everything is okay, and feeling that deep peace and harmony within ourselves, no matter what is happening. And this is only can be acquired when you are letting go of the control. Because our 5% mind, our ego, it cannot control everything. In fact, I'm sure you tried. And as you know, the good old saying, you make plans and God laughs at it, because you can make the plans, but whatever meant for you and what you are meant to do is a completely different story. And by surrendering yourself to that idea, it's going to make you feel so much more in peace, and not to the point where you don't have control, or like, oh, so what? I need to like do nothing? No, it's actually the contrary. Now you're actually free to do what you actually meant to do, because you're not occupied in what you think you need to do, and always feeling that resistance within, and feeling that anxious within, and feeling all these feelings that's stopping you from actually reaching your fullest potential and actually living life to the fullest right now. So embrace this time right now, and we're going to go through this together. I'm holding your virtual hand right now with you and giving you a huge hug right now, and letting you know that everything is happening for us right now and for our highest good. And you are not forgotten. Everything will be more than okay, better than you expected, because we're moving now to the true freedom we meant to live, the true love that we meant to experience, the true existence that we are meant to live. And we are experiencing a death of the matrix, the death of what we think the world should be. And if you are like me, since I was a little kid, I always felt something is wrong. Something doesn't feel really adds up. And when you understand that, and you really understanding, oh, wow, this is happening right now. The rules, all the things that are happening, right? All the things that we know them to be the truth are no longer what we think it is. And it opens us up to so much greater knowledge and experience. So embrace that, be grateful for that, and always know that our choice is always how we feel. And by feeling, we are radiating a frequency that is radiating far beyond your imagination. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please let me know if you have any further questions in the question and answer section in my Spotify. And as always, feel free to share and rate this episode and this podcast so more people like you can get this information and pass it on. And by doing so, I will also give you a free gift from me. And yes, so my loves, enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself first, and you are cultivating this feeling first for yourself. And you will see and witness how the world is just reacting to you. And that's how powerful we are. And this paradox of letting go and then everything's happening. The other things we always wanted. So just embrace it. Don't answer, like, don't even question how it could happen, right? The electricity is working. We don't know how it does. So can you have the same trust that everything is happening for you, and see what happens? Just experience and experiment with that a little bit and see what happens. And I promise you, you're going to be very, very happily delighted to find out that it's even better than you ever thought. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you